to LZ, wonderful moderating. Keisha, did you want to come up real quick and say something? Or no? Okay. So we also wanted to thank a couple of our speakers during the weekend. We had Jay Michelton from True Colors Fund came in town just for the conference, which was fantastic. And also Monica James, who spoke on Friday to the youth, someone who had experienced a lot of what they had experienced in their life. I'm going to give a few closing remarks real quick, and then we're going to have a performance by Yap. A lot of this we're going to, be regurgitating out over the next few days and weeks. What is this? That's been a question I think we've been facing a lot. What Windy City Times wanted to do was shine a light. As reporters and editors, we were frustrated not finding out information, and if we were asking questions and couldn't get answers, we knew that it would have been difficult for the youth to do that as well. So we don't have solutions in this equation, but we want to be part of communicating solutions as well as maybe initiating some of the solutions. So we've talked a lot about a whole lot of things today. We're just absorbing it all as organizers. Two things I want you to think about: what parenting means when you don't have a parent. So think about these youth, and what Bond Way talks about constantly is that they need continuous support over time. Once you graduated high school at 18 or whatever, you still had a parent to call. At 31, you still had a parent to call. And that's what a lot of the gaps are that we're talking about. They don't have, in many cases, they've been kicked out because they're queer. They don't have that parent to call. The other thing is many of us in this room had the college years to fail and to succeed. And if you get out of high school, or even just with your GED or not even a high school graduate, you don't have that opportunity to fail. When you fail big. You fail into the system. And the system grabs you and doesn't let go after 18. So we need to create more safe environments where these 18 to 22-year-olds have that environment to be in a college-like learning environment or safety environment, housing, etc. Some of the big things we talk about, and Kim, I don't have the prevention, if Kim is around, I don't have the prevention information, but I don't know what funders are left, but we're going to get this information to funders as well. What we're talking about related to a lot of this stuff is saving taxpayer dollars. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is about saving huge amounts of money that is being wasted solving problems after, right? And we can do more on the prevention of youth homelessness much better. And some of that is about marketing campaigns, getting major marketing firms in Chicago to help create keeping families together projects, non-shaming use of benefits programs. All those kinds of things are in many ways marketing. And also bringing all of this information in real time to the youth through a phone app. That is one thing we absolutely have to prioritize. We need Fandango opportunities for the pets, right? If you can go on Fandango and find out where you can get a movie ticket, we should be able to go on an app, on a phone, and know where those housing opportunities are. And also where the food opportunities are, the health, the legal, etc. So that needs to be a priority, I believe, in terms of getting funding to get an app, working with the city and other folks to make sure that's a real-time funded app so that somebody's job it is to keep that current. What we constantly heard is they were given phone numbers to call and they're out of date, the people are gone. These nonprofits, they have a revolving door of staff, so we need more consistent information. So an app is one of the things that people talked about as a solution. Definitely what we had as participants from the adult community were mostly people at mid-level staff positions. The mid-level staff are not as empowered as they need and want to be to make decisions and make changes because their programs are primarily grant-driven within silos. They need to figure out a way to work outside those silos of the grants, so we need less encumbered funding for these institutions so that the staff members have more freedom to network with one another, not to compete with one another about the grants. So more non-government probably and non-granted money. So more freedom for the staff to interact with other staff, as was mentioned. I think what I learned most in the months that we've been working on this is that most people don't know what everybody else is doing. And I would say, oh, did you know that the University of Illinois just got this $900,000 federal grant to study this issue? And oh, the DCFS is working on this pilot project. Hardly anybody knew anybody was doing anything. They knew what they were doing, and they certainly knew for emergency purposes what people were doing probably, but they didn't know the bigger picture stuff. So I think there's definitely a need for more communications and more opportunities to network. And finally, I think we learned a great lesson in having the 2 different days of the project. The youth spoke very differently on Friday than they did on Saturday. So opportunities for them to network with one another with only facilitated support, but not youth with adults talking. Even though we had amazing youthism training by Joy and Erica, it didn't always stick throughout the day. So we can always continue to learn about how to have youth have that voice at the table. The one other thing I will finally leave you with is the village model of our community, creating village opportunities to help. I know a lot of people in my age group over 50 aren't necessarily interested in having someone come live with them at this stage of their life. They may not have that space or that financial opportunity, but they have networks of friends that can create villages of support. And that's what I think one of the things I'm going to be pushing is trying to create a village model of support, working with some nonprofit that wants this, that 20 or 30 peer group friends can adopt these children in some way, whether that's paying for their housing, paying for their furniture, paying for their whatever, helping them navigate through their networks of job connections so that if we have 2,000 LGBTQ youth in this town and we have 300,000 plus LGBT youth adults and allies and PFLAG, we can solve this problem. But we need to work together better to do that. So I'm very heartened by that. We have Breezy's going to speak a little bit more about some amazing writing. I'm looking forward to publishing your stuff in Windy City Times as a freelancer, Breezy. You have something to read, right? Oh, you're after Yep, I'm sorry. Okay, Yep is next.
Okay.
Get ready for Yep.